All right, guys, Carlton Flowers here, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And a quick video on SELFKEY. I just wanted to talk about this real quick and let you know what's happening because I'm going to be making a move on this pretty soon. If you've been following me for some time, you know that I have played this project many times. And it was like one of my favorite ever because it was one of the first projects that I jumped into that had a usable product, which was the SELFKEY wallet. And I had downloaded the SELFKEY wallet and I put my driver's license, copies of my credit cards, my insurance. I still have it on my phone right now, as a matter of fact. And so if I'm out and about and I forget my driver's license or something like that, I've got it on my SELFKEY wallet where it's secure, where nobody can break into it, and it's secured by the blockchain. And I also had access to my debit cards, my business debit cards. So if I needed to make some type of an order or something like that, I knew that I had access to those numbers if I was in a pinch. And I've always wanted something like that I could keep it secure instead of putting pictures on the phone. So that's what originally interested me into the project. Well, let's look at the chart. I'm going to show you the history of what I did with this thing. It's just kind of crazy. I bought way back. I'm thinking it might have been like, oh man, it may have been back here. I think the first time was maybe after this big pump. I had seen this and how low of a level it was before that first pump. And I bought when it had settled down. It must have been October. No, it was somewhere around September. I bought in at 0.0022. So I held it all throughout this time period. I had like 100,000. And then it did this stuff. And so by the time we got... I can't even halfway remember I did this, but I sold it on, it might have been this pump, I think. And I cashed it in for a massive bounce. And then it did this. I bought in again. And then I turned around and I think I sold it again somewhere around in this area. Not the absolute peak, but I know it was way high up. So I bought, it might have been a couple $100 worth, and I remember selling it for a double at some point where I had $440 worth. So maybe I bought here, sold here, and bought back there. That might be it. I don't remember. So I took that 440 bucks. It just makes me laugh thinking about this. I ride it all the way up here into this area. And maybe I missed that peak. Yeah, that was it. So then I sell somewhere here, whatever the case, when I sold it the second time, it was $2,250 and I cashed it out. That was it. Okay, now I remember. It was worth over $5,000 when it got up here. And I watched it go all the way down. So then when we had this pump, it was worth a fortune again. I missed that. And it was this one where I sold. That's it. I sold up in this area here, okay? I got out and that was worth $2,000. I was mad because I should have cashed out at the 5, but this is when we didn't know that this was the market top. So I did get out at $2,150 around there. So now it's settled down and I'm going to jump back in it again. So here we are right now today where I'm thinking that I'm going to wait. Let's move this in so we can look what the VPVR is doing. I'm thinking that we're going to have a Bitcoin dump, and if we do, we're going to be headed down to this lower node or this lowest one. That's what my thought is, and that this base level, which is a previous base point, is previous point of support, it's at 0.005, and then this last one is down here at 0.003. We did bounce around between this range of 0.0077. And we did touch down at the 0.0066. But I think we will fail that if Bitcoin fails, which I hope it does. Because if we can get down to here, I'm telling you what, I'm riding the pony again. And the thing is this, I thought, well, maybe it's not a legit project, but it is kind of, they got a product, people use it, and there's argument on whether or not it's going to stick around or make it. But then what got me was the fact that George, you know George, hi everybody, this is George, we're all George, and I'm going to show you what Bitcoin's going to do, George. Well, he had a paid promo for Key about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was shocked. So he starts talking about SELFKEY, and he said this video, this live is brought to you by Key today, and I want to talk about SELFKEY. And he had mentioned the project and how they had spun off KeyFi, and he said a lot of good things about it. And even though it was a promotion, still, I was impressed because George is not going to shill something that he doesn't think is at least at a minimal level of decency, because he won't push Sheeb, even though I own a Shiba Inu bag. He won't buy it. So I thought that's pretty bullish for SELFKEY. So I got pretty excited, and I think that this might be indicative of something really, really good. So I'm going to jump back in, and we're going to see if we can grab this price below 0.005, at which point, let me see if I can get the calculator out, and we'll calculate how many tokens I'll be able to buy with my, we'll just say I'll spend $2,100. And if we get lucky enough to get it at, I could have done that in my mind, but that would be 420,000 tokens. Now let's get back to the chart and scrunch this in. Let's go to the 1 week. All right, let's look at this. So the all-time high is at 3 cents. When we hit the bull run, you know it's going to eclipse the last one. And by the way, this is not financial advice. I'm just telling war stories here. Don't go buying this just because you heard me talking about it. This is not a shill. I'm not promoting it. Don't think all that crazy stuff, okay? I'm going to have to scrunch this way down. I want that dollar, or there's 10 cents. I got to really scrunch to, dang, boy, look at this. You got to really scrunch just to get 50 cents up there. I'm thinking that anything is possible here where we could jump up out of this. 10 cents is minimal. 30 cents is possible, less probable, but you never know. 50 cents to $1 can happen. We've seen projects with less credentials than this that go from a cent to over $1. Okay, I mean, I was sitting on Mana and rode that from what, 1, 2, 3 cents up to watching it hit like $1.20. I sold out at 80 cents and took like a 5, 6, 8. I don't even remember how much, but I took a pretty big profit on it. And of course, Decentraland is huge in the NFT space. But all that to say, you just never know. With something that has a usable product like this, that there's just so many use cases for the SELFKEY wallet. If they can find a customer that's big enough, it could pop off and this could happen. But for all you SELFKEY fans who've been asking me to update this, I am still very excited about SELFKEY. Let's jump back to the 1-day chart, and we're going to put on the OBV. I have not looked at the on balance. On balance volume. All right, let's get the on balance. Yeah, I have only been using MACD for the longest time. On the 1-day stochastic, though, we're at the bottom. We could be moving up, but it's not time for the big bull market. Now, on the 1 week, this is looking prime for the pump. It's saying we're going down a little bit more. And when we come out of this and hit that next peak, it's going to be payday time, baby. It will be time to cash in the chips. So let's see if we can turn off the I might have to turn off VPVR. Let's see if we can hide that and add. I don't know. It's been so long since I have switched this. Fundamentals for stocks, indicators, and strategies. Hello. Where is it? We click that. All right. On balance volume. Come on, guys. I don't want to delete one of these. Let's just delete the 200. Now, let's see if we can turn on unbalanced volume. Hopefully, it's not going to be fussy with me. There we go. All right. Look at that, folks. Would you just look at that? That's an unbalanced volume that I like to see. So we're starting out here. An unbalanced volume, if you don't know, is just an approximation of overall accumulation or distribution of what the whales, insiders, institutions are doing. And as this is going up, it says that they're loading up. They're not getting rid of it. They're not selling off and taking profits yet. So we're just sailing on up here, man. That is one of the best looking OBVs I've ever seen. This is a beautiful chart where you see the OBV is maxed out. You got your stochastic down here chilling out at the bottom. MACD histogram is bouncing around nicely, making good oscillations. The oscillators are down here, coming back to the center line, ready to jump up into the positive territory, and it's going to be an out-of-the-park home run. Well, anyway, that's for you SELFKEY fans, the people that are back in it. You wanted to know what was going on, what my thoughts were. Now you know. I'm still bullish about it. I'm not in it, but I will be back in it. I've done swing trading on this one, and this is one of my ones that I'm swing trading to make money. My goal is to make money.
Woo!
Yeah, I love the project, but I'm not donating money or supporting them because I believe in the technology. I love it when people say that. I'm not in this to sell in the swing trade. I'm in it because I believe in the project. Whatever. I'm in it because the kids need shoes, man.
Yay!
My last two kids are in, well, Sydney's in college now. She's an architecture student. And then the next one's graduating. He'll be in engineering school. So I got college tuitions to pay for. So I'm doing this for money, for a step up, man. This is my come up.
Yay!
But that's your technical analysis report for SELFKEY. And again, not financial advice. I'm not crystal balling it. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm not a shiller, okay? I'm a chiller, not a shiller. Okay, that was stupid. I'm hoping that it'll boom, and it probably will. I'm not going to have any regrets because I'm going to ride the train and hopefully jump in before it starts to blast off. So that's all. Post your comments below, and we can chop it up about SELFKEY. That's all I got. This is Carlton. I'm out.